What's going on, everyone? Yvonne here. Now let's be real. When it comes to words like SEO, it can get really confusing really quick. And that's exactly where tools like GetGenie come in. Essentially, the way it works is that it combines anything pertaining to written content creation. So think keyword analysis, SEO, word generation, anything that pertains to written content, it kind of makes it for you. And the best part is that there's a lot of data built into it, and it can even compare your guys' stuff to what your competitors are doing. And with so many AI writing tools in the market, the real question is GetGenie worth it, or is it just adding to the noise? In this guide, we're going to walk you guys through step by step, talk through some of the core features, and see if it's going to be a good fit for you and your marketing needs. Now, first things first, what is GetGenie? GetGenie is essentially a WordPress plugin, or you can also use the web version. And what it helps with is anything written related. So from product descriptions to you guys' blog posts to even social media things, it can help you with all of that. And what it helps with primarily is putting out content that's going to be SEO friendly. Because look, let's be real, your content could be nice and all, but if it's not getting link clicks and people are not reading it, what's the point? So it helps analyze your content from an SEO perspective and gives you guys suggestions on how to improve it. And in addition to that, with so many different AI tools, it can actually even write it for you. And later, when you have a product description or a blog post, you can actually compare it to your guys' competitors and see how it ranks up against them. So when it comes to its most popular use cases, the very one that stands out the most is going to be writing any type of long form content or blog post. It helps you structure the whole thing and make sure that it's going to be SEO friendly. And from there, as I mentioned before, it's not only doing it for you guys' long form blog content, but it can also help you with your product descriptions or even social media. So let's go ahead and see what it looks like under the hood. And I am going to be sharing my screen here. So if you guys do want to follow along or even check out the platform for yourself, there is going to be a link down below in the description for a free trial of the platform. Cool. And once you guys click on that link, here's what you're going to see. So as you guys see here, WordPress is going to be the thing that's going to be pushed the most here. However, you can also do it within the web. And as we scroll down here, it's going to walk you guys through some of its most popular features like keyword research, competitor analysis, or even head-to-head analysis and SERP visualization. So if you guys already have a WordPress account, all you need to do to install this thing is go to WordPress, click here where it says plugins, type in GetGenie, and boom, it's going to be right over here. But first, let's go ahead and actually see what the free version actually offers. So all we need to do is first press get started, and here are going to be all the different plans that are going to be associated with it. So there's going to be the starter, writer, pro, or agency unlimited. So if you guys like the platform and you guys are choosing which plan to go with, I would really think about how much content are you guys actually putting out? Because if it's going to be a lot, then it makes sense to go with the pro or the agency unlimited version. However, if it's just you and you're publishing like once or twice a week, maybe just makes sense to stick with the starter or the writer. Again, I'm not going to go through all the different features here that are included or not, but they all depend how much content are you guys actually pushing out. But we're not interested in that yet. So let's go ahead and scroll down here to the free plan and let's get started with that. Alright, in here, all you need to do is input your name and the email address you want to use. You will not need your credit card info, so that's great. And we're placing an order for $0.00. Alrighty, and then it's going to ask you guys a couple basic questions regarding how you found the platform and where you're going to use it for. So I'm going to go ahead and say I'm a blogger, and you guys learned about the platform from where? From YouTube, of course. So let's go ahead and press submit. Let's put our niche arts and media. The company is going to be just us, and it's going to be blog content, or we can go ahead and press skip if we want. I'll just press finish, and boom, we're going to be ready to roll. So here, as you guys see, there are going to be two different paths that you can take. There's going to be the browser version or the WordPress site one. To keep it simple, let's just go ahead and stick with the browser version for now. I'm going to go ahead and click on it. Alrighty, boom, we're ready to go. So let's go ahead and start a new document here. We're going to name it test. Let's press OK. So let's go ahead and see how it works. So for example, let's say you guys are trying to write an article about apples, right? So apple is going to be your keyword that everything is going to be surrounded by. I'm going to go ahead and say apples, and we can go ahead and input some context in here, add SEO mode if we'd like. So now it's going to go ahead and generate 3 different titles for us, and I can go ahead and monitor how much creativity is going to be behind those titles. So I'm a pretty creative guy myself, so I'm going to go ahead and make it 5 out of 5. Now let's go ahead and generate title. So boom, let's go ahead and see what it actually generated. Apples uncovered. Surprising benefits and delicious recipes await. Ooh, that sounds delicious. Apples delight. Uncover their hidden health benefits and fascinating roots, or apple varieties. Discover the sweet magic in every bite. Ooh, all of these sound great. I'm a big chef myself, so I'm going to go ahead and go with the first one. Press next, and then from there, we can go ahead and alter this title, but now we can also let AI actually generate the actual content that's going to go in there. So now we have our title ready, but now we can actually generate the intro that's going to be inside of our blog post. And if you guys want to choose another language, you can also change it right over here. I'm just going to stick with English because that's the language I speak, but depending on where you're at, you may use a different language. And once you guys are ready, you can generate an intro and it's going to make it for you. Alrighty, now there's been 3 different intros that have been made for us. Now, of course, you guys would probably read all of them and see which one one you guys like, but this can save you a lot of time when it comes to actually creating it. And look, don't get me wrong, this version that I gave you may not be perfect. However, it's going to be an amazing place to start. So I'm going to go ahead and go with this version. Let's press next. And of course, you can modify it from there, and we can add our own outline or generate another outline. And that way it's going to help us generate more content. So I'm going to go ahead and press generate outline just to make it easy. And now this is going to be the outline of our blog. So we can go ahead and select which ones we're looking for. So it can be an apple a day, weight management, antioxidants galore, apples in the kitchen. So I'm going to go ahead and select some of them. Let's go ahead and press next. And if you guys would like, you can do a one-click blog. However, the free plan does not include that. Or we can go ahead and customize the content. So we can go ahead and insert that, and boom, for all the different outlines we have here, we can generate a piece of content and it's going to talk about that specific topic. So I've gone ahead and generated something about apples in the kitchen, but you can select from anything when it comes to you guys' outline. And from here, you can modify the length and have it be small, medium, large, depending on what you guys are into. Let's go ahead and press continue and step back from this. So great, it gives us a basic version to start with, but how's it different from ChatGPT per se? Now, let me show you guys the biggest difference where this platform really shines. So remember when we put Apple as our keyword, we can actually see all the stats behind Apple and as it pertains to SEO. So over here, when it comes to Apple, there's going to be a pretty large search volume, but the competition is going to be high. The average cost per click is going to be 67 cents, and we can see all the searches last month, average in the last 12 months, highest and the lowest. And you can also even compare it by Google Trends and have related keywords, right? So Apple's iPhone 14 kind of relates, so you want to make sure it's going to be specific. So I would say the only thing that you're looking for is something that's not going to be competitive, but is going to be highly searched. Because if you guys are early in the trend and you publish a lot of content about a very specific topic that a lot of people are searching, that will make you stand out. And then from here, as it pertains to apples, we can see what our competitors are doing or even questions asked. Again, y'all, I know I'm simplifying the platform a lot. This is just a very high level overview. So let's go ahead and press on competitor. We can fetch data here. Alrighty. And as it's analyzing and fetching more data, we can actually see other competitors that are out there and kind of see what they're doing. So as you guys might have guessed it, the Apple computer is going to be our biggest competitor. However, we are writing about apples, like the fruit. So nothing that has to do with Apple computer or electronics. So if I was in your guys' shoes, I would scroll down here and see Apple 101, nutrition facts, and kind of see what they're up to. And in addition to that, we can actually also go to questions asked and see exactly what questions were the most popular and which ones are going to do well if we actually write about them. And as you guys see here now, our SEO score is going to be 32 out of 100. So that could definitely be a little better. So we can see here that the words is going to be in the green range. That's pretty good. However, when it comes to NLPs, headings, images, alternative text, we're not doing so hot. And as you guys see here, it also gives you recommendations behind how you guys can improve. So as you guys see, not only can the platform help you guys write the piece of content that you're trying to put out, but it helps you guys see exactly what is going to be strong about it and how can we improve it from an SEO perspective. And if you have your website in WordPress, utilizing GetGenie is pretty much a no-brainer because it replaces the use of like 5 different plugins. However, keep this in mind. GetGenie does have a lot of strengths in it, but there are going to be some cons. The first thing that I would like to talk about is going to be the limited free plan. Even though the free plan does have a lot of things built into it, you are going to run out of credits pretty quickly. So if you guys are writing content frequently, you're going to use those credits rather quick. The second thing that I would like to address is the fact that it is going to be more geared towards WordPress users. So if you guys are a WordPress user, good for you. It's going to be an amazing tool. However, if you don't use WordPress for you guys' website needs, the web app doesn't give you the full experience. And lastly, and this pertains to the use of AI, is the fact that I would double check exactly what it's writing. Now, the reason for that is any system can make a mistake. And sometimes those GPT models are fed outdated information that may not be accurate in the moment. So I would make sure to double check exactly what it's writing about. And this is especially true for more technical topics. So overall, who will benefit the most from using GetGenie? In my personal opinion, it's going to be a small team that's trying to push out a lot of SEO friendly content, because the biggest benefit behind AI and different systems out there is the fact that they allow you to be in multiple places at once. So is the platform worth it? My personal opinion is that it's an absolute yes, contingent on the fact that you guys are using WordPress and you're trying to put a lot of content out. If you've ever used other plugins like Jasper or WriteSane, what it does, it basically combines all of them into one, and it's able to do everything you guys need from an SEO perspective. That way, you'll have multiple systems working together, all for one common goal. And there you folks have it. As you guys saw, GetGenie is way more than just a writer. It's a full content engine that's able to unite writing, analytics, and SEO. While not perfect for every single use case, it can give you guys a huge start, and that way you don't have to start from scratch. So if you do want to try out the platform for yourself, So the link for it is going to be down below in the description. And if you found this video helpful, please make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more videos like this, as it tremendously helps support the channel. Until next time, peace.